Welcome, everyone, wherever you are, and thank you for joining me for this watch along for the Rome Diamond League there in the Olympic Stadium. I am happy to be here to watch, to see some exciting performances I'm anticipating this evening. Most notably is going to be that big matchup between the Olympic champion and the world record holder, Beatrice Chebet, and Gudaf Sagai over the women's 5,000 meters, which also includes the Italian medalist there as well. That should be really, really good. Good performances so far. We'll go over a few events that have been already completed for the evening, notably women's triple jump, the pole vault, and I think women's discus as well. A really strong field there for women's discus. So we'll touch on a few of that. The first thing up on the track will be the women's 400-meter hurdles, as usual. That usually kicks off the Diamond League in terms of their track event program. But that should be exciting. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. And I see you're here already. How are you doing? Good to have you back on the channel as usual. And hopefully, everything is good on your ends. I'm also watching a little cricket as well. Weston is playing England there in a T20 match. So all sort of sports I'm taking on at the moment right now. But yeah, let's go through a couple of the results so far this evening. I think I'll start with women's triple jump won by the Jamaican uh, Shania Ricketts there. Shanika Ricketts rather winning in a season best performance. I was watching it on the other stream. Really good jump from her there for 1464 ahead of Perez Hernandez, who had a fabulous indoor season this year. 1446, and the Olympic champion coming back relatively strong now in a couple of events now, meetings rather, since her surgery. Tia Lafon is there. So it was a really good competition. Povea was there, Jasmine Moore. They didn't quite get up to those big jumps, but I think we're getting there and getting to that point of the season where the expectation is really high. Yeah. Are you doing track talk news? When is the 100? The 100 is coming up a bit later on in the program. It's I think coming up in it's scheduled for the penultimate event, so around 4:38 if you're on Eastern Standard Time, and that's coming up there. That should be a good run. Fred Curley, Trevor Bamel is back, looking really good to see him back from injury. Ferdinand Amanyala is in that race as well. Courtney Lindsay having a good season so far too, already on the 10 seconds as well. So I'm expecting some good stuff there. Torto obviously will part of the Italian team. Hasn't run 100 in a while, so we'll see there. But and we can look at that in a little bit when we get to that. But that comes up a little bit later in the program. But the first thing on track here is the women's 400-meter hurdles, and a bunch of Jamaicans are there, including including Knight, Clayton, Nielsen there from Great Britain. So let's see what we get there. Yeah, should be a good run. So I'll just take a look at that in a second. But I don't anticipate any of these women to come anywhere close to the performances of McLaughlin, Laverna, and obviously Femke Bol, who opened up a couple weeks ago in a sub 53 performance as well. Yeah. I mean, Knight from Jamaica has been running fabulously well this season too, much better than Clayton. So we'll see what we get here. It's kind of even start here. Clayton looks like she's making some steps there. Knight also running really well. Yeah. It looks like Clayton or Knight. Yeah, it's probably Clayton just ahead of Knight right now, but that's coming through. So Folorunza is running real good, Italian athlete too, but it's gonna be Knight and Clayton is challenging for second there, but it's going to be Knight ahead of the Italian athlete, and Clayton's coming back strong but can't make that through. Yeah. So that's good 53.67 there for Knight from Jamaica against ahead of the Italian athlete in 54.21 and Rachel Clayton 54.31. So Clayton not running as fast as we had anticipated these early this part of the season, but maybe she's working her way up for later on. Yeah. Let's see if I can get those results up. Yeah, pretty good run there from Knight. She looks really happy. So good run there from Folorenzo, the Italian athlete. Good stride there in the end, working kind of little stutter stepped off the last, well, the penultimate hurdle, but had enough to hold off Rochelle Clayton. But Andrea Knight there, clean running for her. Yeah. All right. So yeah, early on too, we also had a good performance in the women's discus. I'll try to bring that up in a second too. Valerie Almond throwing a really good throw there. The women's discus was fabulous. Perez also uh, throwing well, but Almond in a meet record rather, 69.21. Good throwing there, but there's a stacked field: Olympic medalist, world championship medalist, and winners, obviously. La Laga there, finishing way down in eighth at 62, but Bing Fa from China, always on the podium there, down as well. Van der Klinken also was throwing really well, but it was Almond and Perez, and really good throw. I think now they're re-showing some of these throws on the screen, but early on, I was watching this and I think Valerie was really in good form there. Probably wanted to go above 70 meters. She had a bunch of fall throws there, but had a big throw in round 5 to secure the win. And last time I checked, the pole vault was in progress. Yes, it's done as well. Sandy Morris, I think, won. Really good jumping from clearance from her as well. 4 meters 80, way out there. No one else coming close to that. Yeah. Just looking at that almond throw again from earlier this evening. Valerie's just so graceful in the sector. Really got good height there. That was sailing a bit. Very close to 70 meters there. It's a big throw for her. But yeah, the Sandy Mars had a good evening this evening here, pushing up on the pole vault positions. A big season best for her. A bunch of season bests starting at I think 465 onwards. She was doing season best performances, and then Bruni there from Italy also going 464. A bunch of women going, including Leon too from the United States. I didn't get to see all of the pole vault early. I saw a few of the stuff because I was like toggling between a few of the different live streams that were available. Let's see where. I'm not showing it, Samuel. Unfortunately, you got to find that. I'm not quite sure where you get that. Asir said the women's discus is a top-notch event, just like the women's 100-meter hurdles. I agree. Very good competition there for women's discus. I would also say the same for women's shot put as well. There's a bunch of women in shot put that can go really far on a given night. It's difficult to separate the best of the best, but I think we discuss in really good shape. And also, not only that, I like the cycle there. Some athletes are a little bit younger than others, and I think that will be coming through in years to come too. Uh, you're also mentioning, so you're saying the women's pole vault has been lacking an outstanding performer for some time since the exit of Elena Isinbayeva. I mean, there were a few. I mean, Isenbev as a generational athlete, I guess, is difficult to to find someone like her. I will say that we've had good performances from a few athletes. I'm intrigued by this youngster there, Amanda Mull. I think there's a potential for her and her sister to be to take the next stage in women's pole vault. I'm not quite sure. You can never know, but she did a 491 earlier this year. Mal, that is. Her sister also has a 481, and I think Molly Caudry is still in the mix. I think Katie Moon, as usual. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think there's a difficult period to say have someone who's going to consistently approach the 5 meter barrier and go above it. That's not easy, and maybe Isambayeva isn't we probably shouldn't measure it from that level, to be honest with you, because at one point she was just like she was doing the Mondo route for a while, right? Breaking the barriers and consistently trying to break the world record for some period, and then went over it for a few. Yeah, it's challenging. I think, I was thinking about this some time ago. I'm trying to remember exactly what I was thinking about in terms of, I think this cycle for a few athletes here isn't really that good, in the sense that I don't know if we'll get any athlete that could go above the 5 meter soon again. There's some potential. We know Sandy Morris did it, but that was all the way back in 2016. So we're pushing up on a decade on that. I'm not quite sure she can get any. She can go up there again, but Katie Moon's still around. I don't know, right? I do take your point on that, though. I think there is yeah, maybe we have to rely on the Mall sisters to move it, but sometimes that's how it works in the sport. Yeah, but I wouldn't say the competition is uh bad in terms of when you look as a whole. It's still good competition in women's pole vault. We just haven't had an athlete that just stands out beyond, above the rest. And maybe if we compare it to what's happening in men's pole vault, then you know it's hard. It's a tougher comparison, right? I think what's happening in men's pole vault, just since I mentioned that, is you have Manda that's way out there, but there's a bunch of other guys now trying to be consistently close to 6 meters and above. And I think if you can get 2-3 guys going above 6 meters uh, on a given night, then it's much more competitive. And no one will ever come close to the Mondo standards right now. I don't think anyone's around like that. And I think that's the case when we compare it to what Elena used to do. It's just really hard to get someone to approach those heights and consistently do it. But hopefully that changes. Yeah. Men's 1500 meters coming up on the track here. I want to see what Ronald Chariot will do here. I don't know. It's not the greatest of feel. A lot of I looked at it earlier. I have to check it again once more to see the starting lineup. But there's Timothy Chariot there, but I think I'm more intrigued by Ronald Chariot to see what he can do. It's men's 1500 meters, interesting place. A bunch of good guys have been running at the Grand Slam track stuff. You know, uh, Inga Britson so far this season, he's been struggling with some niggles. Hopefully, he might be able to show up by the time we get to the World Championships. But I still think men's 1500 is in great space as well. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about that. It's not tonight. I'm not quite sure what we'll get, but we'll see. Yeah. I'll get to that comment in a second there. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm expecting maybe Chariot to be the best here. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure how fast they're carrying him around. There's a couple paces there, but I'll come back to that in a second. Let me get back to your comment here. Uh, Seriously, I'm looking forward to what Bromwell will run today, as I do not reckon particularly with some of the results coming from Florida, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, I want to see what he can do. I understand what you're saying in terms of some of the stuff that happens down there. Uh, the It's good to see him back. I don't know what we'll get from him. It's always interesting when you travel and you have to run well, but he should have been, he's used to that kind of stuff. Curly along running, so we'll get to see. Curly's there too, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, Elias, I can't show the thing on screen. It's unfortunate. I don't know where you are. Maybe you can find a stream on if I do that, I get into copyright violation issue. So maybe there's a free stream available somewhere else. But sorry about it. Yeah, it's just like a watch along. So hopefully you can find it. And if you want to engage, that's what we're doing. Track for all, what's up? What happened to all the superstars in the shorter events? It's a bit broad there. Like uh who are the superstars that you're talking about? We can go through them. Yeah, let me get the 1500 in progress, and I took my eyes off of it. Sorry, we're getting into the about what's this 700 meters, 800 meters left. I think Timothy Chariot is in the lead there, just behind the last pacer here. I think this pacer is going to step off. Habaz is there and Coleman. Let's see. I'm not seeing Ronald Chariot either. Where is he? He's hanging behind, and he has a really good time for this season, like a what 3:31, right? Not 3:31, I believe, or so. Timothy Chariot is moving. Habs is there. It looks like Habs gonna take it ahead of Chariot. Oh, it's really good time too. Whoa, 3:29.72. That's good. That is the quickest time we've seen this season, I think. Let me see if the results are up. So Habs takes this at 3:29.72. Let's see where the results for that is. The Frenchman got it. Okay, yeah. So Habs ahead of Timothy Chariot. Two guys going sub 3:30. Pretty good. So 3:29.75. And where did Ronald Chariot finish? He finished way down in six at 3:30.94. That's a season best for him too. So interesting. Giles just ahead of Giles Elliott there. Mm. Just looking at the sprint here to the end. This is like about 100 meters to go here. And Chariot was try to stride out there, but Habs basically held his form better. But Timothy Chariot has been around for a while, and for him to come back and still running this time is really good. This is a long time since he's been on the circuit, so I'm not quite sure what happened to Renel Chariot. Then he's running all the way out in lane 4 or so there. Really, really probably is a tactical issue here, but I wasn't paying full attention, so I don't know for sure. Yeah. I see here. There seems to be a change in avant-garde in middle distance races from Africa to Europe and America. Yeah, we've been seeing that coming through, and that's true. I think you and I were talking about this, like what is behind some of that. Sometimes it's cyclical. I think training science is also improving, especially in the distance stuff too. Not quite sure it happens, but a lot of good training groups in the US too, in Boston, in other places, that guys in Flagstaff and all that stuff. And the Europeans have been doing some interesting stuff since Inga Britson and Jake Whiteman and Josh Kerr, those guys also getting in the mix on the gold medal stuff. Uh, US guys got a bunch of 800-meter runners coming through. Guys getting on the podium in 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 10 and 15 and 10,000 meters. So there is certainly a lot more athletes from the US. Nagoose, you got all these different guys. I'm just Cole Hawker. I'm just like riffing names off the top of my head, but you're certainly right on this. I think it happens sometimes. It's cyclical in terms of how this works, but uh, I don't know. I mean, on the men's side, for sure, you're seeing some of that. On the women's side, that hasn't really been the case yet. So there's a couple, but not the way in which we're seeing it happen on the men's side. Yeah. What's your take on it? Why you think that's happening? Do you have a sense of why that could be why there's a change in the guard? Yeah. Let me get a quick check on the high jump so far. It's early stages. They're at the 216 marker here. Hamish Kerr hasn't even jumped yet, so he's passed on 212. Beckford for Jamaica just took the lead at 216, but so is Harrison and a bunch of guys as well. So that's in early stages. We can come back to that. Ferdinand, my man, how you doing? Watching a little cricket as well here. T20 going on while we're doing all of this track and field. Just saw that Sandy Morris jump again. I watched it earlier. She's in great shape now. Let's see. So next up on it, we should get men's shot put should be scheduled soon. Next up on the track is gonna be women's 5,000 meters. Now, that's gonna be ridiculously good, I think. Don't even know how to think through women's 5,000 meters. It's been a while since anyone defeated Beatrice Chebet. If anybody can do it, it could be Goodoff, but I don't know if Goodoff is in the kind of shape. The world record is from some years ago when we had back-to-back world records early in the season from the great Kenyan, and then at the end of the Diamond League series in 23, we got that 14 minutes 21 from Goodoff Sagai. She didn't have a great season last year. All the glory went to Beatrice Chebet, and so I don't know. This might be a good run. I watched a press conference yesterday. Beatrice was there. She wasn't giving anything. She wasn't saying whether or not she was going to assault the record or what kind of time. She just wanted to run really well. So I don't know what to get here, but we're having this is a sensational lineup. I think, to be honest with you, sensational lineup. Uh, you have a bunch of women here, and I'll get to your comment in a second, Ferdinand. Uh, look at this. This is Gudaf Sagai, Berkey Highlam. The Ethiopians are here in full flow. Hailu as well. I think they're going to run in packs. Then you have Chebet there, and the yeah, this is loaded. So we'll see what we get from this. This is going to be a fabulous race, and then also the Olympic medalist too, Batia Cletti there from Italy. She's also on home soil, so that should be really really good performances there. And yeah, just a shot there of Tamberi. Looks like he's gonna to get in his action there for jumping. Early on, it was speculated like that Tamberi would retire soon, but yesterday at the press conference, he suggested that he might continue. So we'll see. Oh, yeah. All right. Ferdinand is saying Jakobings, Ingebrigtsen nurturing, I guess nursing him in an injury. Yeah, he has. He came out the other day saying that he's struggling with a little thing here and there. I don't know if that means the season might be a challenge for him. Not quite sure if he's gone back to running yet. I saw a clip of him the other day, well, earlier today or yesterday, but I don't know. Quick shot here of Javon Harrison going over. Multi talented athlete there. Harrison, that is really good over long jump as well. But yeah, we'll see what we get. No one's been jumping out of this world yet. There's Wu here going over 216 as well. Yeah, but no one's gone up into the high 230s and going close to the 240s consistently this season. Perhaps they're just waiting for the latter part of the season, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what will happen to Ingebrigtsen. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. Uh, but it's serious enough for him not to be running. Yeah, so I don't know. And I don't think I ever completed your comment there, track for all. I'm not quite sure. I mean, sprinting is a tough thing, right? And athletes have to be in good shape. I think a lot of athletes are also trying to think about the season later on, right? So they're nursing if they have niggles, those in the positions to monitor will see will those in a position to manage the season well, they'll do it. So you see Noah Lyles pull out a couple meets. I guess because he has the buy, right? You know, Grant Holloway has some injuries too. So it's interesting. Uh how you set up your seasons also, you know, if you have a buy, we haven't seen much of Shakari as well. You know, we saw her recently, but not really running a lot, right? So it's hard to really make sense of what's going on unless you have a concrete evidence of injury or so on. But we'll wait to see. I guess this is the time we'll get to see relatively soon. A serious accident. Will you be covering Racers Grand Prix? I want to, but I'm not 100% sure if I can. I have to go to some event tomorrow. I already purchased a subscription. The problem with the thing I don't like when you buy subscriptions out of Jamaica is that from Television Jamaica, they never allow you to come back and watch it on demand. It's like if you don't watch it then, it's done. It's the same with like the champs coverage. If you don't watch it, it's done. These women are here lined up for this 5,000 meters here. This should be good. Can we get a low 14? I don't know. Batacleti there getting a lot of flags waving for her. And then Good of Sagai next. This is going to be good. I think the Ethiopians are going to run in packs here. There's no question. But they'll have to push this because I don't think you can outkick Beatrice Chebet right now. So we'll see. But I'm wondering if we'll get a world record run. I don't know though. It depends. Once the race starts, we'll get a better sense of this. Yeah, races tomorrow should be interesting. Uh, I don't know. We'll see what we get there from races. Ferdinand is saying Italian Battlecletic can break Italian record. Good of Sagai and Beatrice for the win. And Hailu can also take it. Yeah, we can't count out a Hailu for sure. Yeah, I don't want to. I think Goodolph is having a good season this year as well. Came back much better than her season last year. But Chibet is gonna. But yeah, but Chibet I think is in great form. Yeah, I was just trying to see what the wave lights are on. I think it's on like the meeting record. So I don't think no one asked for the world record time. So they're definitely. I don't think they're doing a world record run. I think this is just for maybe you get a fast time. A world record run could happen, but they're not asking for it. They didn't ask for it. Ferdinand saying sub 14-15 for the win. Yeah, I could see that. I definitely could see that. I think that would be good. You know, that would be pretty quick if we were to get that this year. That would mean they probably have to do like two 2 minutes and 40 something, 2 minutes 50 there, uh, every K in order to get to that kind of run, I would think, back of the envelope calculation. But let's see. Yeah, I think we get a world lead tonight. Possibly, we should get a world lead, but because the talent out here is too good. I guess when we get closer to this, they're definitely running. This is what I don't know how fast this is. I have to see the thing. Yeah, but I agree with you, Ferdinand. It should be somewhere around a 14-15 is pretty quick, but I think definitely a 14, a sub 14-20 for sure. But right now they're running ahead of the white lights. So I think that is either the meeting record or the world lead record. So they're on good pace right now. Yeah. So Akadors is moving there. Akador is one of the pacers there. So I don't know how long she's gonna take them around for, but she's moving though. Oh, this is moving because that was like 68 or so on that. So right now there's a bunch of there's two pacemakers. It seems Akador stepping away. And then there's Beatrice Chebet there. Good of Sagai right there. This is going to be good. Akador, Nando, that looks like she's gone there. Yeah, or Akador. I have to see again. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be good. Actually, this is pretty fast, to be honest here, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, ahead of the lights, at least the green lights, a bunch of them. Can they hold us, though? We are at like what? 18? It's pretty good. It's way behind there, Batacleti there, but it's still Akador in the lead. Well, as a pacer, I think that's now good off, right, still right behind Beatrice there. Yeah. So we're looking about 7-ish laps or so. They switched to shot put here right now with that looks like Peyton Otherdal. Hmm. Not quite sure what that is yet. Looks like a good throw there from. Ooh, that's pretty close to 22 meters. 21.52. So yeah, they've switched off to shot put. So I don't know what's going on right now. Big throw there from Tom Walsh. Oh, that's on the 22-meter line, just near the 22 meters there. That's a big throw there from Tommy Walsh. Ooh. So 21.89. Very good throw. That's big bet, season best for Tommy Walsh. All right, so Akador is gone. So it's now left up to the athletes. So there's a big, so good officer guy right behind Beatrice Chebet. I think that's Helu, then Hylam. Oh, this is going to be a good race. Ayachu, Chebet. This is really good running. So it looks like Beatrice Chebet here, just she's controlling the pace. The Ethiopians are right behind her with Gudaf Sagai, then Helu, I think, and Hylam. And there's a massive gap coming now. Bakaleti is way back there too. I don't think she's hanging with this pace at all. She's leading a pack of 3 there, and there's another pack between Chebet and Gudaf Sagai and Hylam and Helu. It's a massive run. Hi, Shane. Yeah, yeah. The Diamond League is going on right now. The 5,000 meters on track right now. Really good running now. Beatrice Chebet now making a move. Gone. I don't know what happened to Sagai, but she's out of the running now. Beatrice Chebet now is having like a 15-20 meter lead on everybody right now. She broke them. My God, this might be what she's gonna go for the world record. I don't know. Let's see. She's way ahead of the lights right now. I don't know if this is gonna be world record, to be honest with you, but right now she's opening up on the Ethiopians now. Significant lead. Another couple of 3 laps or so to go. This is gonna be where she might be on world record pace because the other athletes are close to the light, but she's moving. I don't. This is crazy. You have to remember how good of a shape she's in because right now Beatrice Chebet was ridiculous a few weeks ago, moving second in the all-time list on the 3,000. I know she's opening up like you'll never see. All in the game, what's going on? Will be interesting if Kip Kagan tries to defend her World Championship 5K versus Chebet in this type of scintillating form. I don't think Fate can keep up with Beatrice right now. I just don't see it. This is outrageous running there from Beatrice Chebet. This is madness. I mean, she just left a world class field. We have to be honest with you. Halum, Hylam, Good of Sagai, all dead. I mean, the world record holder is way behind. I mean, this is outrageous running. Outrageous. How can you have a lead like this on this type of field? How? I'm no I can't I can't understand this. Like we're not talking about like regular athletes. We're talking about some of the greatest athletes over this distance here. And she just walked them away. This is like 120-meter lead or something like that. I've never seen this. All in the game is she's just broken a world class athlete for sure. Thanks for saying that. Your reaction is why I love this sport. It is. I mean, she's about to lap somebody. This is outrageous. It's not going to be a world record, but it's going to be 14:03:69. Nah. She's not even breaking a sweat. Well, she is, but she's not even breathing heavy. Nah. Batacleti came back into it for third. 14:03:69. Yeah, that is. I don't know. I'm dumbfounded right now. Sahailu in second. PB looks like 14:19:33. That's amazing time still. I mean, anything sub 14:20 is ridiculous. Maybe she wanted this world record and she was caught yesterday. Let's see what happened here. Where did Good of Sagai finish? I mean, everyone's on the track and she dying and she's walking. Excuse me, she's just walking around like nothing. All in the game. Moves ahead of Cape Fate Kipierga and say 14:05. Yeah, for second all time. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not even. I just can't process this. Yeah. Look, Good of Sagai was right beside her, running well, and then at a moment in time, she just started to up the pace, and Sagai couldn't hang, and she just blazed away. That's 100 and change lead. That is outrageous running there. Outrageous running. I got to be honest with you. You have to think the world record is on course at some point. So, like, the world record is 14 minutes 21. She did 14:05:20. Better pacing. It can happen. I think it's gonna happen. Probably need good conditions too. Certainly with the right set of athletes. But as all in the game pointed out, that moved her up above Faith Kipiegan, who has 14:05:20. Chebet had 14:05:92 prior to that. And yeah, different class right here. She should be going for sub 8 world record in the 3. Oh, I agree. And in the 3K, as Kipiegan goes for sub 4 mile. And yeah, I think, yeah, Project Sub 4 is going to be interesting for Fate. That's going to happen in Paris, right? They're going to, I want to see the setup. I haven't seen what they're going to do, but there was that paper that came out earlier this year on how it can be done with better drafting. So let's see what happens there. It's probably one of those Nike world record projects too, right? So I'm checking this again. Blatter collected, what's that? 14:23. Let me get these results up because I haven't put them up yet. Look at that. National record for Blatter collected. This is pretty good. Even Guy running 14:24 is still good times. All these women here doing like 14, even Andrews there, PB for her, the American. That's pretty good. But 14:03:69, second on the all-time list, world lead. This is outclassing this field right here. Yeah, all in the game. Second fastest in history. Yeah, it is outrageous. That's a quick shot of Weir here as he's about to do the shot put. Man, shot put interesting. Hard to call this year. A bunch of guys in the similar 21 high ranges. Not sure if we'll get Krauser. He's injured again, but hopefully he'll be back in time for the World Championships. Bet TJ says, my sister Margaret, congratulations to her. She has paced well, 5,000. Yeah. All in the game. Want to see her reduce her official 40609 1500 PB. She's clearly faster than that. I agree very much. I think Chebet right now she's athlete at the moment, right? I don't even know how to think through this, She's what, 25? She's in a great age group right now. You have to think the next couple of years leading right into the next Olympic Games. Potentially, she should be still in great form. I mean, I don't know. You get a bit slow as you start to age, but it doesn't always have to happen. But she is the athlete right now. I don't think anybody is gonna be in her space at all. At all. Let's see if Beckford can clear 220, and he does. Remain Beckford there, clearing 220. It's not particularly big jumping going on this year as well, but we'll see. Beth is saying congratulations to Chebet. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna do a quick roundup right now in the high jump final. Let's see where we are right now. We're just at 220. A bunch of guys cleared at Beckford, Hamish Kerr, Wu, Dorshuk is also there. Yeah, still early days in the high jump. Tambiri has to try again one more to clear 220. I'm not sure if he will. Let's see. In front of his home crowd there. I want to see what's happening with the shot put as well. Sup, Brian? Late to the party as usual. It's better to be late than never. And maybe watching a little cricket. I was watching the cricket, but I can't focus on it anymore. All in the game. The same. Men's high jump has been underwhelming this year. Certainly so. Certainly so. We're not getting the level of jumps that we need in the sport. I hope it's just a little bit of a blip, and the guys will come good as the season progresses. But I don't know, to be honest with you. Shot day of Hamish Keir, rather. I feel like we should have guys been at 230, high 230s. And a lot of these guys can do it. So I'm not quite sure why they're not jumping this well so far. I can't put a finger on it. The world lead so far is 234, which you would say that's not a really that's good jumping, but not spectacular jumping. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see. I want to get a quick update on the shot put that's in progress right now. So far, Tom Wall still in the lead, 21.89 ahead of Otherdal, 21.52. Campbell now in third at 21.36. Oh, really good jump there from Mattia Ferlani. Let's see, what's that? Debbie, what's up? How you doing? Uh, Gilman Mattia missed it. What is the world record in 5,000? In women's 5,000, Good of Sagai from a few years back in Oregon, 14 minutes 21. I think, yeah, 14:21. Yeah. So what Beatrice Chebet just did, I think would bet it's just a pacing issue. She's certainly in world record shape. She could have, yeah. I think she can definitely go. The sub 14 is calling. I think Goodaf can get back there if she needs to. I would even put it past Kippy Egan, but at her age, I don't know if she's gonna move for that. And then obviously Chibet, I think, can do it. That record will go at some point. And then you got Hailu and a bunch of young Ethiopians in the mix. It's gonna move at some point. All in the game. Will Chebet and Kipiegan race each other at least once before the Tokyo World Championships? Good question. I don't know. Don't know. What was it last year? Fed came second, right? Because Chebet won the double in Paris, right? Uh Tambir is out there. Third attempt failure at 2 meters 20. So I guess not good enough tonight and probably disappointing his home crowd following. Yeah, but back to that all in the game. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Faith hasn't been doing much either, right? So, but she can manage the season. We'll see what we get from her. It would be good. It would be good to see them line up, but I'm not sure anyone wants to line up against Chebet at the moment. If I'm being honest with you, it Beatrice looks phenomenal. She looks like an athlete that cannot be beaten right now. So, do you want to get up against that? Because if you're not in spectacular shape, she's gonna embarrass you. She just embarrassed a bunch of world class athletes right now. So I'm not sure Faith Kipiegan wants any of that kind of smoke before the World Championships. But it would be good to see. It would be good to see. Yeah. And I haven't looked at the details for some of the other Diamond Leagues yet to see if she signed up. The Stockholm list came up, but I'm not quite sure. 400 meters on track, guys. Nene, I think, the athlete of the year so far. I talked about it early in the live this week. Even though it was at altitude, still was a sub 44 for me. I think anywhere between what he ran what 43.76 there in altitude. Possibly it's a still 43.9 give and take. So, well, this should be good here. But Nene Kibinat Shep is there. Doom, Hall, Kirani, James, Quincy Hall. What this is what third race for the season? If my memory serves me correct, it could be third or fourth. He's improving a little bit, but probably not near his best yet. Norwood in the mix as well. This should be a good race. Karani James still on the scene. Hard to imagine that he's still running this long. It's so gruesome. Okay, gruesome. Yeah. Is it 44.7? I thought it was like a 0.1 to 0.3. You might be right. I guess it depends. At sea level, yeah, at sea level, you're probably right. Yeah. Okay. Someone's missing from lane 2 here. Oh, I think it's the Hungarian athlete Molnar. He didn't show up. So let's see what we get here from. But Nene running well, even if it's 44.17. If it works out to that, it's still really good time there, and only solidifies his setup for South Africa 4x4. But let's see what we get from Quincy Hall. Usually, as we saw him a couple weeks ago, starting slow, but he's running really well now. He's up on. Hall is running a really good backstretch here. He's already up on Nene, right? Oh, Hall is moving right now. So Hall and Nene is going to come off the curve. Hall is going to come off the curve before anybody else, which is not normal. And Nene is back in it. Nene is in the lead, but Quincy Hall is still motoring here. Oh my God, it's going to be a. I don't know. That might be Hall or Nene. Cabinet Sheppy there also closing. Nene was in the lead for me. Then he went back a bit. And Hall, it's 44.22. That's really good timing. So they've given it to Quincy Hall, 44.22, ahead of Nene, 44.23. and Kibinat Chepe 44.51, Dobson 44.64, Norwood 44.86, and 44.92 for Karani James. I didn't even see those guys in the mix. I have to watch the race again. That's the well, I guess Quincy Hall is back. Whatever any fears we may have had, we should those fears should be gone right now. Hall came off the curve much better than he normally did. And then Nene took over, and Nene was in the lead here with like a, and then, yeah, then, then Hall again for this. It's kind of a same kind of used to fight you get from Quincy Hall there. Nene, if he had dipped better, he probably could have won this, but much credit to Quincy Hall, the ugliest run you'll ever see. As soon as I'm saying that, all in the game, Hall not a pretty runner. That's an understatement there. You look at Quincy Hall and his ability. He was an 800-meter man, right? And now he's running the 400 meters here. It's the kind of running you see from a primary school athlete or an untrained high school athlete. The kind of it's and to his credit, what is his PB 43.4 or something like that. You imagine that there's more to give if he can clean up some of these things technically. I like how he came off the curve quicker than normal. Normally he's struggling to run the curve, at least the bend rather into the home stretch. I need to watch it again because I was just focusing again, even on the replay with Nene and Hall, but Kibinat Shetty, they're also coming in strong. All in the game. Surprised by how off the pace Doom is. Yeah, Alexander Doom not doing particularly well there. That's what, a 45.60. I can't even comment on him, to be honest with you. I didn't even focus my eyes on him. I'm not sure what's happening there. Not a good run from him. Everyone under 45 seconds except for Scotty and Doom. So good throw there from Campbell. Let's see where that is. That might be 21 fives. I don't know. We'll have to wait. Somehow my stream just got. I don't know what happened to my stream. I don't know if there's something wrong with the world feed or whatever. It's stuck on a shot, but let me try to. Oh, it's back now. Oh, that was the 21.36 from Campbell. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a good run there from Hall to hold off Nene. Not the greatest of runs you'll see. Joe Kovacs here. Ooh, that's nice. That's pretty close to 22 meters. It's probably like a 22.7 or 8. I don't know. We'll see. All right. That's 21.5. So next up on the track will be women's 200 meters. That's gonna come up. I'll just show the starting lineup there briefly. Mackenzie Long, I want to see what she can get up to. Battle, obviously, we know running really well this season. Had some good performances earlier in the Diamond League circuit. McCoy, for me, she's looked like she's running in every race you can find. Yeah. But Talu also about to run a 200 meters. So let's see what we get from her. Yeah. I haven't seen in a while all in the game. Thoughts on Grand Slam Philly? What's your thoughts on Jefferson Wooden? Kung Fu Kenny right now. Your thoughts on him? I think he's getting him off the medal podium is going to be hard if he continues this form on both podiums too. So all in Ferdinand is saying Nenny still holds the lead 43.76. Yeah, last week in altitude there, and that was a good run from him. I think I like the Nene guy. I think what also that um, he should be competing for uh, a position on the podium come Tokyo for sure. But importantly, if he's in the right type of form, it's only going to help South Africa, who I believe should be on the medal podium. Should be pushing for that medal podium come Tokyo as well. Bunch of guys there, and you get a fit. If a good Wade Van Niekerk can give you a super leg as well, you never know. The Botswana guys, they may struggle with a little injury. I don't know how long the injury to let's see Litoboga might be. And then we saw what was it? Enduri recently pulled up. I'm not sure what the extent to that kind of injury as well. So yeah. They're just showing some long jump stuff right now. I'm not quite sure where they are with this. Yeah, it's nice, nice. All in the game says 1073 and 2199. Fair play to her. Didn't see that coming. Kenny did as expected. I didn't see. I definitely when I saw the 21.99, I was like, something is they're cooking something there. Didn't see that 1073, and the conditions were better on day two in Philadelphia, but I'm not quite sure it was the greatest conditions for sprinting either. But she's been running very well, racking up the big bucks there at Grand Slam so far. You have to think a good jump there from Harrison. Cleared 233, 223 there on his second attempt. You have to think that if she has to be continuing this kind of form later in the season, right? Because to run 1073 now and not be able to replicate that come US Nationals and further on, that might be problematic for her, but she should be fine. Asira says the women's long jump is really hot this year. Yeah, it should be. I'll think some more about that on women's long jump. Uh, just watching a few high jump there. I think this is Beckford from Jamaica there. Oh, that's good there. Second attempt for Beckford from Jamaica. So with a long jump, I don't know. We'll see what we can get there. I want to see a fit Mihambo. I think she is. I think she's also managing her season well. We might get something good from her. The Claire Bryant was the one that impressed me. I didn't see that coming at World Indoors. But yeah, Yapachino too. I think is in good stead. We haven't seen anything yet from Davis Woodall of note. Jasmine Moore's dabbling in both. I could see something there too. So yeah, I think there might be a few women for sure in the 7 meter club this year, and it could be really exciting. I know that I'm thinking about it. It could be really exciting. Let me get back to some more of these comments here. Your thoughts on NASA? Do you think she's burned out, and will she make it to September? It makes no sense to run 248 seconds races and tread backwards. Now, that's an interesting question. I don't know the answer to that. I suspect, you know, NASA started the season really fast. You know, you saw her in Dominica, you saw her in Jamaica, you saw her on Diamond League, not the Diamond League. Yeah, I think she may have run one of them too, but she was in Morocco, right? But the Grand Slam stuff, she didn't have a good weekend last week, especially running in the wrong lane. But that's the interesting thing about running on Franklin Field. You can tailor back and then get better as the season progresses, right? So it's how they manage it, how they manage it. Still, you want to be in that 48 shape. She needs to replicate that again, coming closer to the championships. If she doesn't do that, then it's gonna be a problematic season for her. Even if she's capable of doing that, it's still very hard to beat Paulino. I wouldn't put any. It's just she's just too good. But we'll wait to see. But I'd hope that they can figure it out and that she doesn't run all our best times early in the season and can't replicate it. I think they're too experienced for that. She's too experienced of a runner for them to have that issue. But you never know. All in the game is saying interesting dynamic is what's happening if she gets a couple of dominant consecutive 100-meter wins over training partner Shakari. Now, yeah, we haven't seen Shakari. Well, how many times we've seen Shakari this season? Once. Yeah, right now we don't have anything else but to say that she's in great shape. I'll say that I don't think anybody's beating a fit Julian Alfred. That's just my take. It's not a. It's not a. It's not a, maybe I have a soft spot, but like last year, I was adamant that no one is going to beat Julian Alfred if she's in great shape. I just think it, it when it matters, she's going to deliver on this one. Hi Sonia, good to see you. Hope you're well. Aliyah Butler is looking good in the women's 400. I hope she doesn't burn out before the US trials. That too. US has a lot of top class athletes. I still think Alexis Holmes would be in the mix. Who, yeah, we'll wait to see there. Kamba 2164 shot second a shot put so far. Oh yeah, did he go to 2164? I have to look at it in a second. And all in the game, Paulina is 10-1 versus Nasa in the 400. Weird how it's referred to as a rivalry. Yeah, I guess you have to say that for TV probably or something, or however Grand Slam likes to put it. But no one's running. If Paulina is in great shape, I don't see how you beat her. Also, I was surprised that the Bahamian Gardner came back to run the 200 and ran creditably well. So I don't know what happened to him when he ran the 400 meters. That was wild to me. It's a clean start here in the 200 meters. Long is running a good curve. Is that Talu there? Talu is coming off the curve ahead of everybody. But then it's Battle. Battle is taking the lead. So it's going to be Battle here. Hunt there, the British athlete Hunt has been running a really good year this year too. Ahead of Talu, it looks like. That looks like a 22.5. What's the wind on this? Battle so far has been undefeated in the Diamond League in the 200 meters. Look at it. Talu ran a really good bend there, but that was enough for her. And then Battle is, I just like how Battle is sprinting this year. It's just like a comfortable, the legs are moving well. A little Alison Felix like run, just a little. Not a, don't kill me on that. But Amy Hunt there, really great season for her this year. Moving up really well. So that was 22.53 for Battle, Hunt 22.67, Talu 22.75, Mackenzie Long 22.81, and McCoy there 22.91, running a lot on the circuit too. McCoy. I'm not sure what happened to Long there. I thought she would have run better than that, but we'll see. All in the game. Oh, you're right. Yeah, Whitaker too. I forgot her. All in the game is saying Isabella Whitaker is the one to look out for. Definitely sure for sure. She had a really good early season too. Indoor. Yeah, yeah. You're right there. Whitaker Ferdinand also on top of that. I agree on the Whitaker stuff. Uh where are we? All in the game is saying Amy Hunt's quietly having a good season. I agree. Very good. Over 1 and 2 now. And Sabat says Gardner has been doing 200 focus training recently. Track All Access did a training video with him earlier this year. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I didn't see this interview. Did he say anything about because he's been breaking down for the last few seasons, Stephen Gardner, that is. But I am often I'm always skeptical when athletes decide to drop down to 200 when their better event is the 400 meters. I don't know what to make of this. I still think that a fit Stephen Gardner is a medal podium guy, but if he's done with the 400, then he's not making the podium either on the 200. I don't think it's just not happening, and it's a lot more explosive work to do there. So, but I would like to see him. Last year wasn't good for him, neither the year before. But when he is in great form, he's very hard to beat. Yeah. All I see her. Aneva Battle is in the best form of her life, but she will struggle to make the US team. Yeah, I agree. I think it's very. There's no mercy at the US National Championship stuff. Uh, all in the game. US women's 200 trials will be a bloodbath for sure. For sure. Ferdinand is saying USA must watch out for Great Britain in the relays. Possibly. I mean, Great Britain looked decent at the World Relays. But you think about Asha Smith, if she gets back to great form or fast enough, Darren Nita for sure. Hunt, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So that's Zane Weir there. Let me see if I can see the shot put differently. Where we are on the shot put. So the top three are what? Walsh, Weir, and Campbell. I don't, anybody know why Regina Campbell can't secure a shirt sponsor? Like, I mean, the guy's an Olympic medalist. You would think that the Puma guys would do something here or so. He still throws in his Jamaica gear. I mean, at least I'm happy he's making it on the circuit and he throws a lot now. He's at every competition. All in the game is saying uh women's 4x1 had two terrible GB women's 4x1 had two terrible handoffs after a great leg by Dina in Paris Olympic final. Otherwise would have won gold. I think they're really dangerous. I agree. I think they're very dangerous, and we'll see what we get from them. I see you're saying. I just hope that the World Championships in Tokyo will not be an anticlimactic going by the month it will be held. I can't imagine the women's 100 final winning time. I can't imagine the women's 100 final winning time being 10.97. I think it will be fast. The only we can go back to Doha and the times were really fast then. It's the only it's I think it's why we're seeing what's happening this season. I certainly think that a lot of top athletes, a lot of athletes, or coaches in particular, it may not necessarily be the athletes, the coaches who are thinking about getting the athletes to be at their very best come September. We've now moved to a situation where the championships or ending season event will culminate next year. We'll get the ultimate thing from World Athletics as well. So the season is going to lead into some kind of a major championship like that. I think that there are athletes sitting on their hands or on the type of training program only because they don't want to be running super fast early. For some of them, I don't think it's an issue. You can run fast early and then still run fast at the end. It it just depends on how they're managing the season, how they're training. If you can if you can peak and then come off of that and come back again. I I, I still think we'll get good times, but it is it can be concerning that you get to September and you're tired, right? That's a logical thing to think about, and I think it's reasonable. But I think they'll be fine. Yeah. And sometimes you judge it by the athletes who just don't show up, right? The ones who have good money, the ones who have good sponsorship. They may not. They're pick and choosing where they're running. There's some athletes that are at every event. They're running, they're throwing, they're at everything. That can be problematic, but also you can't necessarily blame them for that because the only way you can make money is to compete. Tokyo should give us some good times. It's a good track. It's a super fast track. It's a Mondo surface. It's the same surface for the Olympics in 21. It's a nice stadium, rebuilt the Olympic Stadium there in terms of the renovations and everything. I think it would be good. All in the game is saying Fabry might be doing it right this year by underperforming on the circuit and getting it right to the major championships. I think that's an interesting thing too, right? There's some things where there's always I think this is the reason why I don't know the answer to some of these things is because there's no real answer. Some people say if you run super fast earlier, you throw really far. There's only so much you can give. You give all the explosive and you can't compare it to like the distance guys who because then the distance in a sense, once you get up to a certain level, you can just continuously run these things. Your the energy sources are different, and as long as you don't have injuries, you should be able to replicate that over and over and over again. The stuff that beats your body up, the more explosive stuff, there's potentially other theories on how you deal with that stuff. No one really knows the answer to this. So it's the where the art and science part comes into preparation. But I don't know. To Fabry, yeah, he would have been disappointed. He has what really approaching a 23-meter throw to for not to find his way on podiums and be competitive for gold medals. That's a problem, Yeah. Ferdinand is saying Walsh took the shot put. Yeah, I just saw one of the throws there. Let me just get the results up here. And it's good to see Tommy Walsh still in the mix. Been around for ages. Where's the shot put again? I lost it. That's why I don't like working by myself. Let me get that on screen. So that's the results of the men's shot put. Walsh 21.89, Weir 21.67, and Campbell 21.64. Joe Kovacs 21.59, Pipper 21.58, Othadal 21.56, Faber 21.35. On track right now is the 110-meter hurdles. Fastest man in the world is there. I just saw him. I didn't even look at the starting lineup properly. But Cordell Tinch is there. I think I'm seeing Beard. Roberts, who's been running fabulous as well. Some technical issues for me with Roberts. Cuts out well, sometimes hits a few, and then ends up in a situation where he's struggling at the end. But this is a good lineup here. Omar McLeod is even there. Balesian, Dylan Beard, Tinch Roberts, Orlando Bennett, Joseph Sinner from France. I don't know this. I'm not quite sure if I've seen him run. Bennett there from Jamaica. Let's see what we'll get there. Beard has been having okay season 2, 13.20. Cordell Tinch 12.87. That's wild. He lost the other day, but let's see what we'll get. This is such a tough. All in the game. No Simonelli at his home meet. It's a shame. Yeah, he pulled out. Right? What is he having a hamstring injury? What's wrong with him? Yeah. I see. Who's ever in charge of USC track and field is doing a good job. The USC athletes are really showing up at the college level. Yeah. Is what's her name still there? Is Joanna still there? I haven't looked at the coaching lineup at USC. Actually, Joanna is actually at UCLA. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, Quincy Watts. Yeah. You're right. Quincy Watts, the head coach. Quincy Watts, man. 1993, big run. 92, rather. Yeah. Oh, man. Roberts is gone. Carter and Tinch is away, but Tinch is climbing back in now. I think Tinch is going to take this. Tinch is going to take this. Really good running there. Ooh, is he? Tinch ahead of Joseph, I think. Then Beard, then Bennett. Again, Roberts is having these really stellar starts and then just throws it away at the end. Yeah, she went to UCLA. You're right. Yeah. Uh, did they give it to Joseph? Ooh. Cordell Tinch, what? Twice in a week getting pipped. Uh, let's see this again. Roberts was running really well and he hits a few. It's a familiar thing for him. He has to iron that out. But really good running there from Joseph and Cordell Tinch. Ooh, these angles aren't helpful here. It's a lovely dip there from Joseph to take it ahead of Cordell Tinch. Both of them officially at 13.14, 13.14. So it has to be separated by very small margins there. Beard 13.28. I totally forgot that yeah, Finch hit that hurdle too. I don't know what's happening to Roberts too. I even forgot that Omar McLeod was in the race. I didn't even see him. Ferdinand is saying Brummel for the 100 meters for him. Let's see there. Furlani here on his fourth round jump, it looks like. Anyway, I'll catch up on that. Uh, I want to see that for the 110-meter hurdles again. Let me get to all again. Men's long jumps are not men's long jump are competing not jump over 8 meter poor standard. Yeah, I don't know what's happening out there. We're at like let me get that up again because I want to see 806 now for Leske, but it's not it's not good at all. Like Kieran McLeod up right now. So I think this is McLeod's 801 jump. But Tentogler in the lead, 810. Furlan, 807. Let me get that on the screen. It's not good jumping at all out there. Let's see what the wind looks. And the wind's negligible. It's like they're jumping into a headwind, but it's not a hurricane. Yeah, this is not good jumping at all for high quality athletes here. All in Asir saying the poor jump is the in that men long jump is something worrisome. Yeah, I don't know what's going on out there. There's good quality athletes. Tentoglu is there, Kira McLeod, Furlan is there. These are guys should be able to jump 830 easy on an evening. And the win is not bad. It's like minus 0.1, minus 0.2. It's not particularly problematic. Let's see. Harrison's trying to clear 226 here, and he does it. I know they're behind on this jumping thing, so let me just do a check on it myself. This is where we are on the shot put, on the long jump, the high jump rather. So how many guys above 226 now? Harrison, Wu, Beckford, Dorshuk. Okay, so I just saw Beckford's 226 on third clearance. So they'll live to see another day. I guess everyone's failed on 221 already, 228 already. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. That also isn't good jumping at all. Yeah. All in the game said not all in the game. Ferdinand Bedford clear 226. Yeah. All in the game is saying Javon Harrison has so much untapped potential. His development over the last 2 years has been disappointing. Yeah, definitely. And I wonder if it's because he's so multi-talented, right? Is it the case because we know he can do a good long jump, a good high jump. He hasn't he hasn't transitioned to the big jumps in the ways that when we saw him at where was he, LSU? Uh when we saw him in college, I thought for sure he would be on top of the world by now, and hasn't quite happened. Hopefully he finds it at some point. Ferdinand agrees with you. So men's 100 meters on track. That's the second to last race of the evening. Let's see. I thought Omanyala said he wasn't going to run as much this year. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. But he hasn't been running long jump. Been he hasn't been long jumping as much, which is what makes his lack of development in the high jump baffling. It's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he has niggles. I don't know, to be honest with you. Yeah, we'd have to go find out. But it's he should be much better. And I think the high jump is a place for him where he should be getting on podiums. He should be winning now. He should be getting to a point where you look at him and like he should be in a cycle where the ultimate goal should be to claim the gold medal on home soil in a few years' time. And there's a couple world championships to eke some stuff up. Maybe he'll come good, but I agree. In general, where we thought he would go, he hasn't. Ferdinand says, "My brother from another mother, Ferdinand, must take it easy now." I swear I saw an interview with Amanyala where he said he is managing the season much differently than before. But also he's thinking about going back to rugby or something like that. He's yeah, Amanyala runs too much for my liking. But hey, we'll see. Shitur Ali there just got up for the last introduction. Let's see what we get here. Rommel ran really well recently. Can he deliver on? Yeah, no Simbini for sure. No Akini. He has to chill because he is running too much as well. Oh, what a start there from Trevon Burrell. He is flying. No one is with him right now. He is cleanly winning this. Oh my God, 984. That's the fastest time in the world. Some helping win there, 1.1. That's big running there from Trevon Burrell. He's back. Ran a 991 recently. Where's Asiri? You wanted to see him run a good time outside of Florida, and he has. He answered the question. He's looking good. That was some smooth running there from Trevor Burmel. He got out of the blocks. I got to see it again on replay, but it was a fantastic run there from the man from the United States. Really good running. I think Asimi there was running good out of lane 1, 2, but wasn't in the mix. Was not in the mix. Let's see. Really good start there. Really good sprint execution there. Relaxing. Fred Curley there. You can see the size difference between Curley, Brummel, and Hicklin there. Yeah, he's back. He is back. No question about it. Let me get to the comments. All in game says he's back. He's back there from Sabit. And Asir is saying congratulations to Brummel. He delivered. He flew over. This is nice. World leading time. Things are starting to hot up right now. Over to the guys tomorrow at Racers Grand Slam to see if we'll get anything differently. But 984, cruising, a little bit of a headwind, but 1.1, not you take that. Let's see what Furlani did here. Well, that's a good jump, but I don't know if that's good enough. Ferdinand says, awesome, Brummel, well done. Omaniala 4. Omaniala 4 Africa. Let me see what you meant. Okay, yeah. So this one, 2 guys going sub 10. Fred Curley 10:06. Curley's running a lot too. I guess he's no, it's not. No, it's a positive win. It's 1.1. Not it was a tailwind, not a headwind. Sorry, if I said that, I made a mistake, Shamar. Yeah. It's 1.1 positive win. Yeah. So there was some help there, but not. Yeah, it's a good help. Yeah. Serious and a challenge has been thrown down to Kishane. I'm looking forward to the Clayton twins versus Amasan in the 100 meters tomorrow. I am looking forward to that women's 100 meters. I'm also looking forward to see what Alana Reed will do. I'm intrigued by that because I think she has a lot of talent. Kemba Nelson's also slated for that race, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a bunch of women that need to step up. So if you from the Jamaican persuasion, so we'll see what we get there. Toby, yeah, Toby was supposed to run what, like the B race or so. I know she's in the A race, so I like what I saw from Toby Amason last week too. What was that? 12:45, something like that. Looking good. I'm very pleased with what's happening with Akira Nugent. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with her all in the game. She just left. She left LSU, right? And what's his name? Schaefer had a message on it. Dennis. Uh, I don't know what she's doing. Brianna Liston from the lot. I have to think from that age group that came out of Jamaica. Liston to me is the most talented. Maybe Karika. I don't know. Karika Hill is super talented too. Haven't seen her in a while. But I think if we compare the ceiling for between Liston and the Clayton twins, I think Liston has more talent, especially for over both distances. And I just hope she gets it right. She can, never quite had a season without injury, and I think that is the biggest challenge. So can she get healthy? Because this is an athlete I think is a 21-8 athlete for sure if she gets it right. Could be faster, should be faster. And she should be challenging. She should be running a 10 sevens at some point too. So there is that. I think those things are in the legs if it got if she can train well and get the right kind of circumstances. So yeah. Shamar saying athlete looking forward to the most is Christopher Taylor. Yeah, I want to see what you get from Taylor. We saw him when the other day, virtually running by himself. Looked okay. Looked okay. A lot of people are excited about it. Different camp. He's in Jamaica now. Uh, he's running with those 400-meter training with those 400-meter hurdle guys. I want to see what he do over 200 meters at some point too. Still kind of a small guy, but we'll see. Yeah, yeah. But physically he looked improved, looked bigger. He needs to get down to those 44s. It would be good if he can drop a 44.6 soon, or try to approach his PB and get lower if he wants to be competitive over 400. But presumably 200 meters might be the way to go too. Oh, Adcott just did a 834. I missed that jump at all. I just yeah. Uh, I see you're saying Brianna Liston is like ETH in terms of injuries. Probably not quite yet, but it could go that way. I don't. Hopefully, it doesn't. She's still young enough. She's just a couple of years out of high school. So yeah. Is ETH going to compete this year? I don't know. I saw. I don't. I have no idea. I need to ask some people, but like, they don't. The information may not be good enough. I don't know. Yeah. All in the game is asking the same thing. Does ETH plan on running at all this year? Good question. You would think if she wants to make a team, she needs to start earning. I have no idea. Ferdinand says Brianna Liston can make 200 team for Jamaica. Yeah, she has to be healthy for sure. So Adcock takes this at 834, which is a respectable jump given what's going on. given what's going on. And he's doing some backflips or something like that. I'm sure his coach doesn't like that. Let me give you the final result here of the long jump just to end it. Liam Adcock, the Aussie, 834. Personal best for him. It's a very good jump. Forlani, 813. Tentoglu, 810. Leske, 806. Kier McLeod, 801. Hammer, 785. Yeah. I don't know what happened to Dendy. He's a shadow of himself as well. Wu just went over 228, it looks like. Let me see where the high jump is. Dorshuk has already cleared 280. 230. I guess we're behind. I need to look at the other screen to see these jumps, but there's only so many things I can watch at the same time. So Dorshuk at 230. Wu just did 228. Ooh. And Beckford is out already. Harrison's out at 226 as well. So it's just right now Wu needs to clear 230. Elaine's gonna open her season at the trials. That's an odd place to open your season. That is really an odd place to open your season. Unless you're doing something super superb in training that would suggest that you're in the best of shape. But I don't know. I, hopefully, we get to see her. Final event for this Rome Diamond League, which turned out to be much better than I thought it was gonna be. Women's 1500 meters. I want to see what Heather McLean can do there. Mesesha is there too, I believe, in this when I looked at it earlier. And yeah, let's see. It's not a biggest of fields here for the women's 1500 meters, but Caldwell is there. She's the Ethiopian had that Saran Bear. He had that 359 this season. Yeah, it's not particularly exciting. Yeah, I don't know. Just to finish a point on Elaine, I hope she gets back in in good form, end the career she wants. That's all I have to say. I don't know. All in the game. Reina Shine Tanaka of Japan will be there running as hard as possible. Yeah, I mean she's been around for a while. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you, the support you need to run. I don't know, and she'll be obviously running in front of hometown in Tokyo. So oh, she's not. I thought she was older than that. She's what, only 20? How old is she? 25, 26? I thought she was much older than that. Yeah. Who cleared 232? Whoa. I need to switch to the other stream for the high jump because the high jump is hotting up then. Let me get to that high. Did he just jump? Did he just miss? He raised the bar from 230 and went to 232? Let's see. High jump. Yeah, he went straight to 232. That's good jumping there in the end. So Dorashuk now has to respond. All in the game is saying Rome Diamond League never sells out. It's one of the poorly attended European Diamond League meets. Yeah, and in honor of the great Pietro Mena, who we lost what more a long time now, like 2013ish, I believe. Former world record holder, Olympic champion. I I don't know why. That's a good question, because usually these Diamond League stuff gets sold out a lot. Now, it's not a small stadium either, right? So what's the capacity of the Olympic Stadium? Like 70 something thousand. So it's a big stadium, and some of the other Diamond League events like we see in Stockholm or Oslo or whatever, they're not as big in terms of stadium capacity, but you know, but you're right. there's a lot of empty seats in the Olympic Stadium. Ajor is making a move right now in the 1500. I took my eyes off of it for a little bit. Healy's making a move here ahead of Ajor, and that's Cardwell as well. Healy wins it ahead of Billings, I think. 359.16. The Aussie women finishing second and third here. All in the game said this is a 30 to 35 seat stadium. You could condense a few diamond meets and increase prize money. Okay, I thought it was bigger than this, so maybe I'm wrong. Aren't they at the Olympic Stadium for this? Isn't it like a 72,000 capacity or 69? Or are they at a different stadium? Now, you raise a different question. Oh, it's a different. Oh, it's a different stadium. Okay, okay, okay. Uh, I the problem with the Diamond League stuff is there's a lot of them, right? I don't know how you kick one out of the calendar, right? People get upset about this. So it's a good question. There's these legacy meets, and then you have legacy meets that are not even Diamond League, like the meet the other day in the Czech Republic meet there, and there's a few non-Diamond League meets, and yeah. So I don't know. That's a good question. I could see what you're saying in terms of bridging those meets, but I don't know how you get them to agree on that because they're all individual meets that just go under this one heading and they may complain about it. But that's something to think about. I have to think about that some more. Ferdinand says, hope you'll be streaming Racers Grand Prix tomorrow. But Bayanda Wazala is running. Yeah, I think Walaza, I saw that. I will try to I'll try to come on. I have to attend some events tomorrow, so I don't know. If not, we'll try to do a wrap up or so. We come back either late Saturday night or Sunday. What time? I don't even know what time the races thing start. It doesn't say on the television Jamaica uh, app. I never understand. I have to see what time it starts. All in the game. 15 Diamond League meets in total in the final, including the final. Could easily be 10 with more prize money. I agree. It's possible that they could even raise the prize money up without even dropping off, I think. I just don't know how they work that out. My biggest issue here is perhaps that the Diamond League hasn't. I think the revenue has to come more by the television money or the kind of corporate sponsorship they have attached to it. That's the interesting thing, Yeah. Yeah. So maybe if they can get if they can if they can improve on that, then potentially more money can come. But I get what you're saying. If you cut it, if you operate on the same budget right now and you cut it down, then yeah, you can increase the prize money. This year, what they did, they increased the money on a few events or something like that. I don't. It's an interesting question. Maybe you'd have to kick meets out of the Diamond League, right? That is the thing. If you're gonna condense it, you have to take an executive decision here, and I not quite sure how you get to that point. Ferdinand says, "Remember the FBK games tomorrow as well. What time is that? That is I don't even know if I have access to that's on a continental tour, right? Is it? Or whatever they call it. Yeah, I'll try to check that out as well too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, Rome is in the bag. Beatrice Chebet, the best performance of the night. It's an all-time great performance, second on the all-time list uh for the women's 5,000 meters. It's on Monday, right? Because I was like, I didn't see that on calendar yet, but I'll take a check. Yeah. Let's see. Hengelo is on the 9th, right? Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff. And then Oslo is on the 12th, which is coming up next weekend. Yeah. So a bunch of stuff coming. Yeah. Yeah. Track and field hot now. We're at this point where if you're not showing up, then we don't know what to say. We're definitely at that point. We're in first week of June. By the end of this month, we should have a really good sense of what's going to happen as we move into the latest part of the season. But yeah, cool. But yeah, this was a good competition in the end. I finish off by saying Beatrice Chebet, really good running. Trayvon Bromell, it's really good to see him back. More so, outside of the world lead, outside of that 984, I think the big thing here is he's healthy. He's run a couple races in the US. He came across, drop a fantastic time. He now must be thinking that he's going to take one of those spots. He wants one of those spots going into the World Championships. And if he can run a 984 here, and if he stays healthy, then sky's the limit for him. And always good to see Brummel. He has a good running style. I like it. 400 meters was good there. A good fight out at the end between Quincy Hall and Nene, 44.22 to 44.23. Good run too in the 110 hurdles in terms of separation there for the not a great good time. 13:14 isn't a bad time to, if we're being honest, but it's not super special there. And but good run there from Joseph, the Swiss athlete. Swiss, couple of good athletes there in the mix. Weru last week in the 800 meters. Like to see that. What was I don't Munjinga is out for the season. She's pregnant, so different athletes have to be in the mix. Her sister's still running up and down there. Hopefully, she'll come good by the end of the season as well. So yeah, lots of good stuff here. Ferdinand, appreciate you too as well. I always appreciate everybody jumping on the live and being part of the community. Thanks so much. I will be back soon, hopefully tomorrow for races. If not, we'll try to do a catch up depending on my schedule. But we'll be back soon. You guys take care. Have a great rest of the evening wherever you are, morning if you're on a different side of the world. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. You guys take care and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.